Eli Rose, and today I wanted to talk to you about the 5 best Facebook post types that you can use to still get organic reach. You've probably heard that organic reach is just about dead, or if you've read anything or attended Social Media Marketing World, you likely heard Michael Stelzner say that organic reach is totally dead. Anyone who has managed a Facebook page for a while knows how difficult it can be to get organic reach. Organic meaning not paid. While I totally respect Mike and the empire of the social media empire he's built, his particular examples that he was giving relate to, him as a social media marketer writing massive amounts of content for other social media marketers to consume. And, he gave stats as to how only really 4% of their total website traffic comes from social. And when you look at those numbers, it is hard to say, yeah, we need to keep dedicating efforts and money and time and all that stuff to social if just organic social isn't really paying off. As myself being a social media marketer who manages social media accounts for small businesses, and there's lots of other people who either do what I do, or you're a business owner and you're managing this yourself. I'm here to tell you that in other industries or in other cases, it isn't necessarily dead. So I'm going to talk about the 5 organic posts that I find still to be very successful, that hopefully you can try and see if they're successful for you as well. So the first type of Facebook post that I find still does really well, meaning gets a lot of reach. And by reach, I mean the sets of eyeballs that Facebook decides to show your post to. So obviously you want as many people, as many sets of eyeballs to see your stuff as possible. So the first type that performs very well is a single photo. Not a photo album, not just a multiple photo upload into a post, but a single photo. So that is one way that I see just time and time again to get really good reach, at least very, above average for your particular page, because every page is going to have their own baseline. So that would be the first one. Also related to photos, the photo slideshow. That's not a photo album, that's not a photo carousel, but if you, when you click to create a new status update and you click photo video, there's a whole list of photo options. The slideshow option is like second from the bottom. So the photo slideshow is something I don't see a lot of people use, but it's very, very effective. What it does is it kind of treats your photos more like a video. So you can upload 3 to 10 photos into your slideshow. Facebook even gives you the opportunity to add music to it. You can decide if the transitions are just a sharp transition or if it fades from one photo to the next photo. Facebook provides music that you can add to the background, and it autoplays. Also, if you do want to advertise it later, Facebook treats it as a video, and if you've ever done any video advertising, you know that video views are a really inexpensive way to advertise. So the photo slideshow is a great way to tell your story and to share a bunch of images at once to get a higher than average reach for your page. So that would be the second thing. The third Facebook post type that still works really well is video. So by video, I don't mean you have a video that you uploaded to YouTube or you uploaded to Vimeo and you're sharing the link to your page. You need to have a video that is either live, like this video, or is a direct upload to Facebook. So live is Facebook's baby right now. Facebook really just tries to kind of take on all these other social media platforms. And so when live video got popular on other apps and other platforms, Facebook decided like, hey, we really need to favor this. We want to be with that live video, but they reward you with higher than normal reach. So Facebook Live is going to be like the top thing you can do to get great organic reach. Otherwise, a video file that you directly upload to Facebook. So you can just shoot a 30-second, 1-minute, 2-minute video on your phone and just upload that file, meaning you're not sharing the link from YouTube. And those also perform very well. So when you're thinking like, well, what am I going to do a video about? I get the same question a lot from clients when they say, well, what am I supposed to blog about? So I always say, you can start with those FAQs. No matter what business you have, if you're a service provider, if you sell physical products, if you have a brick and mortar store, if your business is completely online, you always have 10 to 15 questions that you get over and over and over. So you can start with answering those questions in video form. And so that might be, your first set of videos that you go ahead and do. You can do behind the scenes videos. You can do interviews with your employees. You can show your employees at work. So, people can see like how your magic happens. If you are a product-based business, you can show the unboxing of new product, the product stocking the shelves. We have several clients in like the personal training space do videos of yourself or one of your other trainers, showing proper form as to how to execute a certain, movement or a certain kind of exercise. Or you can show one of your trainers actually working out one of the clients at your studio. So those are all just some examples of ways that you can utilize video and take advantage of the video being so favored in the Facebook algorithm. The fourth one is, articles still work. If you have good articles, links, you can still get great reach on them and great click-throughs. What I find works well is articles that teach or educate in some way, or articles where you're kind of leaving something still, there's something intriguing. You can't give away the biggest, most interesting part of the article in your Facebook post. You want to give them a reason to still click through. So for example, I have a real estate agent client. So when I post about something that's a new listing, I make sure I have a really great image. That's the image that's used with that article. I pull out the most interesting or best qualities of the house as the content of that post, but I never list the price. So, if people fall in love with it or they are thinking they're falling in love with it, I'm not going to say, well, here's how much it costs. You want to give them some reason to go ahead and click through. Because even if that house isn't quite for them or it's out of their price range, they're now on that client's website and they might peruse her other listings and maybe see like, oh, maybe she's the person that we want to call when we list our home. So that would be an example of like, leaving something to the imagination. The Teach article, I have an article that I posted to a client's Facebook page a couple weeks ago. It was 10 genius ways to utilize Legos. That page has about 13,000 fans, and as of now, there's about 3,000 is the number of people reached, and there was 98 click-throughs. So for an organic post on a page of 13,000, if you're getting a reach of 3,000, that's well above what we hear so often that, organic reach is 0.5% or 1%. And to get 98 who then went ahead and click through, those are really good organic numbers. The last example would be viral video. And I know that just sounds like such a almost cliche thing to say, like, oh yeah, just post viral videos. The key here is finding videos that are very relevant to your business. I manage pages for clients in all sorts of industries. I work only in the small business realm, so I have pages that are maybe a few hundred up to that 13,000. But something that's probably boring to a lot of people, watching a caterpillar actually turn into a chrysalis. I shared this on one client's page where this makes total sense for the audience because the audience is teachers and parents. That video was actually originally made in 2015 and it surfaced recently in my personal feed. It likely surfaced because it's spring and kids are learning about bugs and caterpillars turning into butterflies. As of right now, I posted this a couple days ago. On that page of 13,000, it has a reach of 5,400. And a ton of post likes and comments as well, and people tagging their friends and saying, I need to use this in my classroom. So again, getting organic reach of 5,400 on a page of 13,000 likes that's really beating what you hear as to be like the typical organic reach, or what your odds are of things, working well for you on Facebook. Another example of a viral video. Again, this has to make sense for the audience. There's this video that this dad created, sort of like the American Ninja Warrior, but a kid version of parkour and other sort of physical feats in the backyard. And that one so far has a reach of almost 3,700, and I just posted that yesterday morning. So, just a few examples of, maybe some of the specific kinds of content that I'm using for my clients. But these 5 Facebook post types make it very possible to still get good organic reach for your pages. So again, they would be a single photo, utilizing the photo slideshow option, any kind of video, whether it's Facebook Live or a direct uploaded video file. Good articles that either educate or leave something to the imagination. It has to be relevant, but don't give them all the good stuff in your post. And then popular videos that make sense for your audience. So that's all for today. I hope you all have a good rest of your Wednesday, and I hope to be back next week with some other good content for you. See ya.